Though I was originally going to review this past June for its 25th anniversary and didn't get it up in time because I had other stuff in the way, so I had to plan for Super Sci-Fi September, and I got sidetracked and failed to that give you a review on during that month. But now I'm gonna make up for lost time since I didn't go see anything new this weekend. I am proud to make it up to you by bringing to you at long last, and it's a film I am long overdue to give to you. It's the last film Don Bluth ever gave to us in the theaters. Here's my review of Tie-In AE. But did it really deserve to be a box office disappointment? I'll tell you why in the review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 2000 animated post-apocalyptic sci-fi action flick Tie-In AE, released by Fox, directed by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman, starring the voices of Matt Damon, Bill Pullman, John Leguizamo, Nathan Lane, Janeane Garofalo, and Drew Barrymore. Its title refers to the spacecraft central to the plot, with AE meaning after Earth. The animation of the film combines traditional hand drawn created animation with the extensive use of computer generated imagery. The film was released on June 16, 2000, but unfortunately underperformed at the box office, considering to be a failure, but however went on to become a cult classic, despite it got mixed reviews. So here's the story. In 3028, a groundbreaking scientific project known as the Tie-In Project incurs the wrath of the Dredge, a hostile race of aliens made of pure energy who fear that it will allow humans to challenge them. Determined to wipe out humanity due to the potential of the project, the Dredge initiate a massive attack on Earth, forcing the human race to evacuate the planet. During the evacuation, Professor Sam Tucker, head researcher on the Tie-In project, leaves his young son Kale in the care of his Vustran friend Tech and flees Earth in the spaceship Tie-In. Before he leaves, he gives Kale a gold ring, promising him that there will be hope for humanity as long as he wears it. The Dredge destroy Earth, and the surviving humans flee into space. 15 years later, the remnants of humanity live on as refugees but face extinction without a home planet of their own. Ex military officer Joseph Corso, a former friend and confidant of Sam, tracks down a jaded and cynical Kale who works in the salvage yard of Space Station Tau 14. Corso reveals that a holographic map leading to the location of the tie-in is encoded in Kale's ring, and invites Kale to join the crew of his spaceship Valkyrie as they seek the tie-in. Accept, Accepting Corso's offer, Kale escapes Tau 14 with him as the Dredge pursued him. On the Valkyrie, Kale befriends pilot Akima Kunimoto and three alien crew members, first mate Predex Yoa, Preed for short, surly weapons officer Stiff, and eccentric astronomer Goon. Kale's map leads the crew of the Valkyrie to the planet Sesarim, where an alien race called the Gaul helped them interpret the map, revealing that the tie is hidden in the Andali Nebula. Nebula, excuse me. Dredge fighters then attack the planet and abduct Kale and Akima in order to copy the map. Akima is rescued by the crew after being jettisoned by the Dredge Queen, while Kale escapes the Dredge mothership in a stolen fire and makes his way back to the Valkyrie. The map changes to reveal that the tie-in is hidden in the ice rings of Tidron, a labyrinthine ice field in space. While resupplying at human space station New Bangkok, Kale and Akima discover that Corso and Preed have made a deal to sell the tie-in's location to the Dredge. Kale and Akima manage to escape the Valkyrie and are left stranded on New Bangkok. When Corso leaves for the tie-in, determined to beat Corso to the tie-in, they fix up a dilapidated spaceship with help from the station's inhabitants. Kale and Akima navigate the ice rings of Tigran in a race against the Valkyrie and dock with the Tian. They discover DNA of various animals on board, and a pre recorded message left by a now deceased Sams explained that the ship was designed to create planets. However, the ship's power cells were drained during the escape from Earth and lacked the energy necessary to create a planet. The Valkyrie arrives and Preed sets off a bomb in an attempt to kill Stith and Goon. Finding Kale and Akima, Preed reveals that he has betrayed Corso and made his own deal with the Dredge, who just arrived and located the tie-in. A fight ensues and Corso kills Preed by snapping his neck. Kale and Corso fight, resulting in Corso falling over a railing. Now for the ending, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to start this video at once. Go to the description box below, fast forward to the time below. I'm counting down now. If you've seen this already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. As the Dredge begin their attack on the tie-in, Kale realizes that he may be able to recharge the tie-in by using the Dredge, as they are made of pure energy. But a circuit breaker stalls before he can complete the process. As Kale attempts to repair it, Akima, Stith, and Goon fight off the Dredge. Corso, who survived his fall, has a change of heart and sacrifices his life to repair the circuit breaker. Kale triggers the tie-in systems, which absorb the Dredge and their mothership, killing them. The tie-in creates a new world, and Kale and Akima embrace in the rain on the newly created planet as ships filled with human colonists arrive to start a new life on the planet. End of story. So, what did I think of Tie-In AE? Well, now I've seen it a few times. I finally got to watch it for the first time ever before last year was over with in 2024. And finally, after finally revisiting it, I gotta say, this is easily one of the most underrated films. Now, I cannot believe this film didn't do so hot. I mean, considering Bluth managed to do well with his previous attempt with Fox, which was Anastasia 3 years prior. But this film ended up being a big disappointment, failing to only make 36 million worldwide against its 75 to 90 million dollar budget, though it has since then become a cult classic. I will say it was pretty good and what have you. But anyway, when it was released, it wound up smack dab in the middle of the top 10 at the box office, losing to Shaft, Gone in 60 Seconds, Big Mama's House, which was recently released by Fox a few weeks prior, and Mission Impossible 2. But then it really lost its own audience and what have you. This also was to be the next big film from Fox Animation Studios, which unfortunately closed down after the failure of this. However, soon Fox will be back in the animation business with the help of Blue Sky Animation a couple of years later, which that company is also now no longer available. But now, of course, well, we get back into it. Well, it's own animation studio. Well, according to Chris Meledandri, who of course would later go on to found the the other one of the other big animation studios, Illumination. Yes, long before Despicable Me, he had supervised production of the film and revealed that the film lost 100 million for the studio after its failure. Rotten Tomatoes has a score of 50%, saying great visuals, but the story feels like a cut and paste job of other sci-fi movies. And Metacritic has a score of 48. Audiences polled by Cinema Score give it an A minus. Well, I'm still gonna say that this film is still pretty good, though underrated. Roger Ebert excuse me. Roger Ebert gave it 3.5 stars out of 4. Score praising it for its rousing story, largeness in spirit, and lush galactic visuals, which are beautiful in the same way photos by the Hubble Space Telescope are beautiful. And cited the ice ring sequence as a perfect example of what animation can do and live action can't. San Francisco Chronicle wrote the film comes through where it counts in the big picture. It will fascinate anyone old enough to read comic books, and with its dark undercurrents, sudden reversals, and confrontation of an uncertain future, teens probably can identify with it. Variety praised the animation and felt the film was an improvement over Bluth and Goldman's previous film, which was Anastasia, resulting in a canny attraction for genre purists, hardcore Anaheads, and the mass awed for the galactic adventure. The Chicago Tribune's Michael Wilmington stated, despite its highly derivative story, this animated saga from the Bluth Goldman team is done with such visual razzle dazzle. There's no denying it's some kind of a technological marvel, a modern Lollapalooza concocted out of old fashioned space opera elements. Well, that may be, but I will say that I still thought it was pretty good and what have you. Well, anyway, be thankful it didn't get nominated for any bad awards. It got nominated for 3 Annie Awards, but didn't win any. But it did get nominated for 2 Golden Reel Awards, where it won for Best Sound Editing in an animated feature. It also got nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Sci-Fi Film. Yes, but let's see here. Excuse me. Yeah, but lost to another film Fox put out just before this, I believe, or maybe it was after, and that was X-Men. Nevertheless, again, as I've said, Titan AE is definitely one of the most underrated anime features of all time. And I feel like this should have done much better and what have you. I actually thought it was pretty awesome. It felt like seeing various other sci-fi epics like the Star Wars franchise, which had more recently got its start with its prequel saga the previous year with The Phantom Menace. Now, of course, its score was done by Graham Revell, who has done numerous film scores, and I've got to say, he does a great job on this. Now, of course, its soundtrack featured numerous great songs in one of you from bands such as Powerman 5000, Fun Loving Criminals, Jamiroquai, and Luscious Jackson. One of its songs was actually kind of a modest hit, which was Over My Head by the band Lit, which of course would later be featured on their Atomic album. Of course, this was just right after they actually made it with their song My Own Worst Enemy. There was to be a video game developed by Blitz Games, but unfortunately, even though despite it did get mentioned at the end credits, but unfortunately it failed to. But it just didn't get a chance. I mean, it was hoped to be published by Fox Interactive. But it got canceled due to the film's poor box office performance, which was only one of the many different factors. Shame. It would have been cool to see what that would have been like, because it was only going to be released for the PlayStation and PC. Still, we still critics did like the visuals and animation, but the criticism was for the characters and story. But I don't care what they say. I think they did a good job. For the voice acting cast, we have Matt Damon as Kale, and he does a great job. Now, the young Kale is voiced by Alex D. Linz, who recently played little Alex in Home Alone 3 just a few years prior. Bill Pullman, who had recently done films like Independence Day, another Fox title, voiced Captain Joseph Corso. I'd say I gotta say, he was good. John Leguizamo as Goon. I gotta say, he was good. Of course, he later went on to voice Sid in Fox's next big thing of an animated film, the breakout hit for Blue Sky, Ice Age. Nathan Lane, who after voicing Timon in The Lion King and also Snowbell and Stuart Little, voiced Preed. I've got to say, he's pretty good. Janeane Garofalo voiced Stith, who's really good. And Drew Barrymore voiced Akima. I've got to say, she was very good. This is definitely a good film she did. I loved her performance. Ron Perlman voiced Professor Sam Tucker. Very good. And let's see, rapper Tone Loc. Yes, of course, he was well known for his hit "Wild Thing" and other songs. He also appeared in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and voiced half of the animated duo of the Fox Kids show. Seabear and Jamal voiced Tech. There's also Jim Brewer as the cook, a cockroach-like alien who works in a cafeteria at Tau 14. There's yeah, there's many others and what have you. I gotta say, it's a good cast. The characters, I don't think there's much of anything to go wrong with them. Sure, there may be some flaws, but I don't care. I actually liked it. But again, I really think they should have done better and what have you. This would have been the next big thing of an anime hit for summer 2000. Even though Fox did have two big hits for from the summer of 2000 that were hits, which were X-Men and Big Mama's House. But in the end, Tiny just didn't do so hot. We never have got another film from Mr. Bluth again. But anyway, Tiny, it's worth the look into. If you've never seen this, it's a film I would recommend you give a shot. I think you'll really enjoy it. I think the story's not too bad as they say it is. The characters aren't as bad as they say it is. I like the music and score, and I do like its animation and visuals. Absolutely superb. Well, I really wouldn't say it's one of Bluth's best and what have you, since I did like some of his earlier work, like The Secret of Nim, American Tail, The Land Before Time, and All Dogs Go to Heaven. This film kind of would come right up there with. I feel like this is kind of comes up to probably maybe one of his more underrated films aside from Thumbelina. So check out Tiny. You might like it, you may not, but you be the judge, okay? So what did you think of Tie-In AE? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me next time when I bring to you another anniversary review, and it'll be on Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. So if you like this, check out my reviews of these other couple of Don Bluth films I had just mentioned. In the upper left hand corner, check out my review of his first full length feature, The Secret of Nim from 1982. Or you can go to the upper right hand corner and see my review of one of his greats, An American Tail from 1986. Or if you would like maybe another anime flick, which I would say would go up there, but I'd say this is another Bluth film. I'll go ahead and give it to you. Check out my review of his previous film he did before this, in Anastasia, in the bottom left hand corner. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.